Hey, Skiba News Nation family. Hopefully I'm not blurry and I don't look weird today. But how you guys doing? Opa and Jake? Good.
I'm doing great. Hey, howdy, hey.
Hey, howdy, hey. I'm waiting for some people to come out and hang out with us here in this live chat.
Yep.
We do have a phone call, but okay, well, I guess we just skipped up. We did have a phone call, Jake. Do you want me to play it?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great.
All right, let's play it, Opa.
It's Gary. I noticed that you had some other TruthCon posters that you and Lindsay had signed. If you want to, I want one that you guys signed. I know I have one, but I can put one on one side and one on the other side of my wall. And then I'll have Rob and Sheila right in the middle with the picture. So if you want to, you can send it to me. You know my address. What else was I thinking about? Oh, good show with Zach. That was a really good show.
Zach.
And your shows are getting better and better and better. I see why you have so many people signing up and subscribing. I think it's awesome to see more new people coming to the word and to the show. I think it's awesome. And I just wanted you to know that. Well, I love y'all. Oprah, I love you. Lindsay, I love you. Jeremiah and Jake, I love you both. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Well, we love you back, and I just want to tell you that I have already mailed that signed TruthCon poster, and it should be heading your way. She has the coolest Skiba News Nation wall I've ever seen. It's like all the Patreon postcards, and it's surrounded like it's so cool. But
That's awesome.
how about I give my TruthCon? How about I give my our Patreon some love and give them a shout out? Is that cool? Shout out to all of our Patreons. I just want to say thank you. Patreon isn't just a community, it's a massive family, and we'd be thrilled to have you join us. So come join us at patreon.com/Skiba News Nation. Now let's get into some current news. So you want to start off, Opa?
Yeah, just to respond here, everybody else was wearing hats. Jake was wearing a hat. Jeremiah's wearing a hat. I guess I had to put one on.
Welcome to the hat fam.
Yeah, I got into the hat family here. All right, so let's see what I got here. Let's go back here. Okay, so my first story is about something that happened at the San Antonio airport. Okay. So let's take a look.
It was a frantic last-second call from the controller.
Gosh, I hate these.
Cancel takeoff clearance, Southwest.
A Southwest 737 cleared for takeoff.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh,
on runway 22 at 115 miles per hour in San Antonio when a private Pilatus PC-12 plane suddenly made a wrong turn onto the same runway heading towards the 737. A head-on crash just seconds away.
Cancel takeoff clearance.
That's what I would say too.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
For Dallas an hour later, while another Southwest flight preparing to land was ordered to go around.
6210, go around, fly runway heading, time maintained 4,000.
A Southwest spokesperson says the controller saved the day. The FAA investigating. For years, so-called runway incursions or close calls have been a top priority at the FAA.
Called DEI,
with
guys.
1,635 in 2025, down 7% from 2024.
DEI at its finest right there.
So
that is crazy. I would be yelling the same thing, but probably more harsh words.
And that's right in our backyard, man, down in San Antonio.
I know.
That's crazy.
I don't like flying Southwest though because you don't have assigned seating.
Now they do. It's done. It's over. It's all assigned. It's assigned seating now, starting February 1st, I think.
Cool. Well, I don't like connecting flights either, but maybe I'm just a snoot. But I don't know why. I just can't do it.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Sticking on the plane thing here, we've got NASA had a experimental plane having to land in Houston in an unusual way. So let's take a look at this.
Houston, we have a problem.
Across Texas, some pretty tense moments in Houston when a NASA research aircraft made a hard landing at Ellington Airport. NASA says
But we're supposed to believe they landed on the moon?
Resulted in a gear-up
For real?
landing involving one of its WB-57 aircraft. Video obtained by our sister station shows the aircraft sliding along the runway before coming to a final stop. NASA said all crew members are safe. The runway was closed while crews worked to remove the aircraft.
Mess up his paint job.
So I made a T-shirt that was in our shop for one day, and then it got banned, and it said founded by, and in the NASA font it said Nazi, but you would never know unless you were actually like reading it. So just never forget that NASA was started by Nazis.
Nasha in Hebrew is to deceive, and you know, that snake tongue logo, you gotta ask the question at least once.
Yeah. And now the J is a lizard tongue.
Well, sticking on the airplanes, this was a British, I think it was a British Airways flight from Las Vegas to London. And the plane was taking off in London. So let's take a look at this.
Love British Airways. I probably will not love this video. But...
Do they fly on the opposite side of the runway, just like cars?
That's a good
right, they do. They actually fly from the back, and everybody's seated in the front.
Now you watch, a wheel is going to fall off right now. Watch that wheel fall off.
Houston, we have a problem.
Somebody's fired.
So
Man.
one of the wheels fell off.
It's called DEI.
And the flight went on 9 hours over to London and landed, but
With one wheel?
No. It's
I guess they have three.
The landing gears have like 6 on each side, so one wheel's not a big deal.
It's like an 18-wheeler, like they can do without.
If it fell off, if it was not in Las Vegas, where they have a lot of land around the runways, that wheel could have fell on a house or something like that.
Well, yeah, I was worried about that. That would suck.
Yep.
Before we go on, can I show you guys something really weird? So I run, of course, my cat's social media, Facebook, and they now have where your Facebook profile picture can move. It is so strange because Charlie never did this. Isn't that weird?
Ooh.
Isn't that creepy?
An AI life.
But it even has this color on his nose. I thought that was interesting. It popped up on my feed. But my ADD is kicking in. It's Facebook. Facebook asked me if I wanted to animate the photo, and I was like, sure, it's of my cat. It's not of me, so I don't feel bad about it. Charlie might feel bad about it, but he hasn't said anything about it.
Wow.
Anyways.
No longer Elon wants to put big AI data centers in space. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but they got to have the crunching computer power to make sure all of our profiles can move.
Yeah, right. Charlie.
Well, sticking with the flying in the air type mode, Blue Origin has made an announcement, basically. So let's take a listen.
Blue Origin has decided to pause its New Shepard suborbital program for at least 2 years.
Now that's
a move
Bezos'
widely seen as signaling
right?
the end of its space tourism flights. Since 2015, New Shepard completed 38 launches, flying 98 people briefly into space and carrying more than 200 research payloads. Despite its technical success and high-profile missions, the program struggled financially and depended heavily on subsidies from founder Jeff Bezos. According to CEO Dave Limp, the company will now redirect resources toward its long-term priorities, the New Glenn orbital rocket and lunar missions aligned with NASA's Artemis program. The decision surprised employees,
Why does it have
especially
to look
since
like
Blue
that?
Origin had new boosters and capsules in development and continued selling seats at around $1 million each. While New Shepard provided safe, accessible human spaceflight, it also attracted criticism for symbolizing space as a luxury for billionaires and celebrities. Industry observers see the shift as a strategic refocus that benefits both Blue Origin and NASA, allowing the company to concentrate on competing with SpaceX and supporting U.S. efforts to establish a sustained human presence on the moon.
Right. Okay.
I always thought that was a weird looking spaceship.
Yeah, it looks like. Have you ever seen Austin Powers? You know that scene where they're like, it's a dick and balls. You know, like that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
a pecker.
All right, and sticking with space.
I thought you were gonna say sticking with peckers.
No. Japan,
modern obelisk.
Right. Japan, right at the end of August, was trying to launch a GPS satellite, mainly for Japan, but also for Asia and what have you. A new GPS. It's just one of several that they were going to launch, and it didn't quite make it. But it's interesting. Originally, they thought it was a problem with the rocket. But now we find out it's something a little different.
Japan just lose a 5-ton package in orbit? On December 22nd, Japan's H-3 rocket launched from Tanegashima, tasked with delivering a massive navigation satellite. But in a significant mishap, a payload fairing separation anomaly occurred. Essentially, the rocket's protective nose cone likely malfunctioned, causing the 5-ton satellite to detach prematurely. Imagine your carefully packed suitcase suddenly opening mid-journey and its contents flying out. The H-3 continued its ascent, but its valuable cargo was now adrift. This incident marks a setback for Japan's space program and its crucial QZSS navigation system. It raises questions about the H-3's reliability. Space is unforgiving. Even with cutting-edge technology, missions can encounter unexpected detours. Sometimes, a 5-ton satellite simply goes missing. What an orbital oopsie.
A 5-ton.
Yep. A 5-ton satellite falls off of the rocket.
It sounds like Truman Show, kind of.
Now, I've never heard of a satellite falling off a rocket. Blow up? Yeah. Not get up in the orbit? Yeah. But fall off?
Well, it's just like my Charlie book, #1. Charlie is about to hit the firmament, and he freaks out and hits the parachute and comes back down to Earth. And it's kind of what it reminds me of.
So what were you saying, Jake?
Just the fact that it can fall off, to me, is like, what? Is it not taped more, securely enough, or what?
I mean, I got some tape.
Just like the way that, like, they're putting such heavy materials up above us, whether it's weather balloons or whatever, space, Star X or whatever they want to call it. The whole thing is really interesting because, say there is some type of like catastrophic grid shutdown, we're gonna have these 5-ton, gleaming meteors that we put up there ourselves flying down and crashing into Earth. And I think that's, to me, that's very serious. I mean, can you imagine that blasting through New York or something?
Yeah, for sure. By the way, did you like my video of the rocket launch?
Yeah. He's just trying to do a big middle finger to Elon Musk. So I think they know that there's probably not a great chance that they're going to be able to catch up unless they really, really start to innovate. And I don't know. Here,
I'll show it again.
And just lose a 5-ton package in orbit? On December 22nd, Japan's H-3.
That's a toy. That's one of those ones that you step on, right?
It's water.
And why does that one look like a you-know-what, too?
Well, it's a yeah.
They don't fly if they don't look like that.
Oh,
I could have put the real launch on there, but I thought that launch was much better.
That was funny, Europa. That was a good one.
All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is something new that is coming to you, and I want one, and I'm sure that you two guys are going to want one. So let's take a look.
Umbrella offers protection while keeping your hands free. As a self-flying umbrella is equipped with a camera, drone, and app where to choose different modes, it keeps following its owner while leaving their hands available. But would you have use for this?
No, this can't be real. This has got to be AI.
No, that's real.
If you find me the link, Opa, I'll buy you that. I'll try to save up enough money to buy you that.
That's a great idea. I thought it was wonderful.
It is on a little drone, except you couldn't fly away like Mary Poppins. Actually, you probably could.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably be very disappointed that it was AI. I don't know. But there were several videos out there with that flying umbrella. So I don't know. Different ones, though.
Yeah. I'll have to look.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out and make sure that it's not real, or it is real. One or the other.
It's real. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so this next video that I'm going to show basically is something that's happening. I had to get my notes out here. Something that's happening in Los Angeles. There's a stalled ocean-wide plaza project in downtown LA that now has a bankruptcy exit agreement. There was a Chinese firm that put about $1.2 billion into the project and ran out of money when the Chinese government curbed overseas investment. Now, this plaza is dubbed as Graffiti Towers.
Oh.
Yeah, Graffiti Towers, because its spray painted exterior because of its spray painted exterior.
Because it's been there for years, I think, right?
It's been there since 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And the city really would like these to be sold very quickly and cleaned up and finished before the 2028 Olympic Games so that people can't see all the graffiti. But actually, I think it looks cool. So let's take a look at what they look like.
Oh my God.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice.
Once I heard LA, I'm out. I'm sorry. But it is kind of cool.
Yeah, but
I think
awesome.
it's cool.
I really liked it.
I thought it was cool looking, But I guess
everybody's trying to compete with the Dome in Las Vegas now. So everybody's like, oh, if it's not a big ball, like that can look at you and make a smiley face, it's not cool enough.
Yeah, I mean, it could be cool enough just to get jabbed in the arm by some random homeless person,
Yeah, if you get close, enough to these towers, you just might get a little, a fentanyl surprise.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Okay,
hey,
well,
we should house the homeless in there. How about that? That would solve a homeless problem.
Well, that would be true, but it hasn't been finished yet. If you looked at it,
they don't mind. They wouldn't mind at all.
It's got to be through paid advertisers. So like they get their own floor, but they're sponsored by like Burger King, and they live in a whole like very clear box that's just Burger King themed. And then the next level up, it's like, whatever other restaurant, like Dove Chocolate, and their whole thing is like themed, and it's just homeless people being used as advertisement.
Well, the thing is, I don't see how they tagged it like that. I mean, if you look, it's every balcony, and I understand that there have been people that got hurt. I mean, if you look
all my life, been grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle.
So
Man, falling off of that would be scary.
yeah, it's like I said, I read where there have been people hurt, and that's why another reason why they want the building to be cleaned up and finished, and so that it's not hasn't been abandoned since 2018. So,
wow.
Okay, so the next story is unfortunately another Waymo incident.
Oh gosh, Waymo.
Waymo, here we go.
Investigation is underway after a Waymo hit a child near an elementary school in Santa Monica. Waymo says the car wasn't going fast and the girl was not injured. Now, this is a picture of the Waymo right after the crash outside of Grant Elementary School last week. Waymo says the girl ran across the street from behind a double-parked car and wasn't in a crosswalk. Waymo called 911 and in a statement said, quote, "Our technology immediately detected the individual as soon as they began to emerge from behind a stopped vehicle. The Waymo driver braked hard, reducing speed from approximately 17 miles per hour to under 6 miles per hour before contact was made."
So is somebody steering that with like a remote control or something? How does that work?
No, there's nobody. There's nobody in there. There's nobody in the Waymo cars.
So they just
other than the passenger.
It reminds me a lot of that Obama movie now, where all those cars are crashing into each other. I saw a Waymo video where they were stuck in an endless loop because they couldn't find a place to park, and they were just going round and around. And I was like, oh my gosh, they were like retarded. They're like Somalians. It's like rice and bananas, you know?
Yeah. So anyway, poor Waymo is getting more and more bad press, and about the school buses, and now they actually hit a kid. So
not cool.
It's not cool. Not cool at all.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Hey, it's way cooler than if they had hit the kid going 50 miles an hour rather than 6. So
17 is what it said.
It said, yeah, that's good that the child was not hurt. That, I mean,
still the child shouldn't be hit at all.
Who do you hold responsible? Who do you hold responsible for is it the company or is it the individual car? Like, did they bring the victim, the car that made a victim before the judge itself, and you're like putting that car's AI on trial, or is the AI driver like a Borg?
They actually bring the car into the courtroom.
Yeah, and they hold trial to the car, and they put the car down.
I just put it down. I want to see how they cross-examine it.
Down.
Yeah, they crush it right in front of everybody. It's like a public execution.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'd like to see how they cross-examine it. So. Okay, so this next story is something that I didn't know. Apparently, this has been going on. This has been going on for a while. So it's about tires, good old tires, and this one is about Michelin tires, actually. So let's take a listen to this.
However, did you know that Michelin also has the ability to make this tire smart? Combining its mastery of algorithms with its deep knowledge of what makes an excellent tire to make it speak. What for? Well, what about a tire that's durable but smart enough to let you know when it's really time to change it?
I mean, that might be kind of cool, but it's kind of like, why do we have to make everything smart?
So it's got an RFID tag inside the tire.
Yeah, but you could use your eyes and be like, hey, those tires are getting pretty bald, like
just something else to track us, I don't know. They claim that it's there to help for safety, but it's an RFID tag that's sitting in our tires. And I didn't even know. This is all
for your safety.
Yeah.
What does a AI tire say to you all the time? I'm tired. I'm tired.
So sleepy.
Yeah, not only that, our AI tires are now what's going to be tracking us. It's full circle. With the very thing that brings us where we go is what tells on us that this is.
Well, let's let Jake do a couple of his stories, and then we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Well, I only got one more, so.
Okay, we'll play your last one. I want you to play your last.
All right. So the last one here has to do with something I brought up, I don't know, several Sundays ago. And it's about that Saudi Arabia project called The Line, where they were going to build this long, skinny residential area that was going to be, almost a couple of 100 miles long across Saudi Arabia and, what have you. But, well, I think that unfortunately it might be dead. So let's take a listen to this.
In Saudi Arabia is collapsing in front of our eyes. This was the original vision, a single 170-kilometer city stretching endlessly across the desert, a straight line of glass and steel unlike anything attempted before. And this is the new plan, a fragment just 2.4 kilometers long that's less than 2% of the original vision. The population targets have been slashed as well, falling from 9 million residents to barely 300,000, all adding up to a collapse we're watching in real time.
Did Saudi Arabia just give up on its $500 billion dream city Neom? The kingdom is now turning its money and attention to artificial intelligence, and that changes everything. Neom, once the centerpiece of Vision 2030, is slowing down fast. The futuristic line city, those 100-mile mirrored skyscrapers, is no longer mentioned in Saudi Arabia's 2026 budget plans. Construction workers are being pulled out, and new contracts? None. Instead, Saudi Arabia is pumping billions into AI, robotics, and chip manufacturing, trying to become the tech hub of the Middle East before oil revenues decline. Is this the end of Neom or the beginning of Saudi Arabia's AI revolution?
That's very interesting.
Yeah, so they've already spent $50 billion on The Line. And
reminds me of California, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of. And they projected that the true value if it were to be completed would be $8.8 trillion.
Man.
Which is about 25 times the annual Saudi budget. So they think that if it were to be continued, it wouldn't be completed until 2080. So I guess the Saudi prince that came up with this idea decided, I'm going to stop it.
No, thank you.
And he, like I just said, they're only going to build it's whatever's under construction right now is only a small segment, but it won't have people in it. That's why they're going to put AI centers, data centers inside of it instead of having people or whatever. So
interesting.
That is very interesting.
That they cut it down to like 2% of the original size. The population is not 9 million, down to 300,000. And now they're taking all that $8 trillion, and they're pushing it towards AI because they're like, well, if you don't have a supercomputer god, then what's a fancy city going to do for us? We got to compete.
Well, the other problem is that they projections were that they couldn't get enough people to actually move into these things. So, the population of Saudi Arabia wouldn't fill the whole thing if it were totally completed. And
how come the U.S. and Saudi don't work out a deal? We send them immigrants and they turn them into productive cities.
Now we'll have to send them money too, because the prince doesn't have that much money.
True.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
Thanks, Opa.
Yeah, thanks, Opa.
That was awesome. What do you got for us, Jake?
Right. Oh, let's see here. We got something. We definitely got something. Okay. So we're gonna talk some Epstein stuff tonight. We're gonna talk some just a lot of interesting things. More of the Epstein files, very dark. The satanic conspiracies ended up all being mostly true, including pizza parlor references and all that kind of stuff. But let's start with this, which is who does Bill Gates think he is to make comments about welfare of children, given he frequently visited Jeffrey Epstein.
Aid, about USAID and the comments that Bill Gates made the other day, and I know that you called him.
Yeah, could you use my app?
I know you've said that already.
That's
wondered.
Also,
and I'm just.
Who does Bill Gates think he is to make comments about the welfare of children, given that he frequented Jeffrey Epstein?
About.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's so interesting because a lot of people were coming out after Elon Musk because his name appeared in these, this next batch of released emails. But the email that was included was actually him turning down an invitation to the Epstein Island. And yet, you have a lot of attention being put on Bill Gates currently because of some of the accounts regarding his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Not only that, but just recently, Elon Musk posting things like there needs to be prosecutions. And Bill Gates, who is probably mercilessly getting trolled right now, turned his comments off on X. So
what a poo nanny, which is French for sissy, I think.
Yeah. But there's a lot of these snippets, as you guys can see. Somebody's like, a good liar will push the lie to the very end. Still not have seen Elon's response to this email. And by the way, the infamous Epstein email was epsteingvacation@gmail.com. So this email apparently from Elon, probably just Tallulah and me. What day night will be the wildest party on your island? So Elon didn't go himself, but he definitely was interested in what the craziest party would be, which,
yeah, it doesn't look good either way.
No, it doesn't. But why is this interesting? We've recently had a picture surface. Check this out. This is the mayor of New York. The mayor that, by the way, seemed to allegedly have come out of nowhere.
Mamdani?
This is Mamdani. This is not an AI image. And a lot of people might be like, what? Why? Well,
there's no way.
Let's just ask Grok. Based on recent news reports from sources like Newsweek, the New York Post, and Gulf News, this appears to be a genuine photo of young Zohran Mamdani, the current New York City mayor, with his mother, filmmaker Mira Nair, at a 2002 film after party attended by Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and others. So,
what a great group of people to get your photo with. I mean,
man, you should frame that one on the mantelpiece like that. So yeah, pretty crazy to see that. There's some very significant news that just recently came about. This is from the U.S. Homeland Security News X account. But in a 5-4 ruling, the Supreme Court of the United States has granted President Trump broad wartime authority under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. Check this out.
The Supreme Court just cleared the way for Trump to deport illegals even faster. The High Court ruled that Trump can use the Alien Enemies Act to send Venezuelan gangbangers to a mega prison in El Salvador. This is a huge ruling in Trump's favor and a major win for the country. After, as you know, D.C. Judge James Boasberg ordered a stop to the deportations. So this is pretty significant. These deportations, Caroline, can keep going.
This is a massive legal victory, Jesse.
I like her a lot.
Victory for law and order and for our constitutional republic and the sovereignty of the United States of America. We called on the Supreme Court to rein in these activist judges like Judge Boasberg, who was completely out of line in trying to say that the president didn't have the executive authority to deport foreign terrorists off of our soil. We have always maintained the position at the White House that the president was well within his constitutional authority to do so. And this decision proves that President Trump and our administration have always been right from the beginning. He will continue to utilize the Alien Enemies Act to remove foreign terrorists and Tren de Aragua members, vicious gang members from American communities. And because of this ruling, the United States of America is a much safer place. Our team will get to work tomorrow to deport these heinous, violent foreign terrorists from our neighborhoods.
And just, quickly, obviously, this is major news because this Supreme Court decision was basically the fine line between open, blatant civil war, pretty much, and more of a legal shielding to the actions of ICE and current immigration policies, sending in the National Guard to clean up the cities, all these type of things, had liberals trumpeting in the streets for civil war, but now the wartime emergencies powers are all on the table for Trump.
Had another couple critical wins in the court with regard to Doge. Tell us about those. That seems to be making progress.
Yes, absolutely. There have been many wins that the mainstream media has failed to cover, particularly over the weekend. The Supreme Court also ruled that the president does, in fact, have the authority over federal funding, that he can dictate what funds can go out the door and what can't, so long as they are part of the executive branch. So we have always, again, maintained that every executive order the president has signed, every executive action that he has taken has been well within his executive authority. And Doge is doing a tremendous job at cutting back at the waste and the fraud and the abuse that have been ripping off American taxpayers, that have not been aligned with our interests here in our country. So we're going to continue the president's agenda. Again, he's well within his constitutional authority. And it's great to see the Supreme Court reining in these activist judges who are wearing robes, but are acting as judicial activists, not as real judges and real arbiters of the law.
All right. Lawyers wrong. I can't believe.
Well, Jeremiah Opa, just before we carry on, what are some of your thoughts on these activist judges over the past couple of years and the fact that they might be getting reined in a little bit? I mean, you think that's good, bad? Do you think they were just trying to stand up against Trump because they thought it was right? Or, I mean,
no, everything is politics. Everything is politics. They're just sellouts is what they are. They've already sold their souls to the left, so they're going to do what they're going to do.
It's all politics. It's all politics.
Half of my family is all politics.
The premise of corrupt judgeship is something that is touched on in some apocryphal texts in a very interesting way. It's all about the concept of corrupt judgment and, receiving a bribe and how the heathen nations that reject the Almighty's ways and his laws, they often set up their own system of laws, but these system of laws are so that the society can perpetuate their own, back channels. It's the good buddy system. It's the way that sin can be legislated, right? Well, in the apocryphal texts of Jasher, and it's also backed up in the Targums accounts of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, that the servant of Abraham went to visit and check out the city, and it tells the story about how they were really mean, and they came to grab him and take his stuff, and he ends up getting hit on the head with a rock, and he starts bleeding from his head. And this guy comes up to him and he's like, hey, our law says that when I free you of that bad blood, those evil spirits come out with that bad blood, that you have to pay me. And he was like, oh, no, that's nonsense. But they really pressed him and they take him before a judge. And the judge was like siding with this evil sodomite. Yeah, you have to pay this guy. This is the ways that our people are. If you release bad blood from somebody, they obviously owe you because, you got bad evil spirits out, And so what he does, it's Ephron. It's not, I'm trying to think of the name. It's Eliezer. No, it's not Eliezer. Perhaps it is. I just want to clear up his name.
Well, while you're doing that, can I show off my new thing that I got? My Bible kit, guys. Sure. My dyslexic Bible. It's pretty cool. It is awesome, and it has like it's like my notes at on for the show, but all the words are
That is
spelled
awesome.
backwards, so a dyslexic can read it. So there we go. And I've been actually reading it and been excited to read it, and it's so anybody dyslexic out there, if you have trouble reading your Bible, yeah, definitely look into it or hit me up.
Yeah, I'm so glad you got that, man. It's there's a lot of people out there that can't read, and I didn't know that they made a whole copy like that was tailored to people who struggle with dyslexia. So that's really neat.
Yeah.
But anyways, how does the story end? Right, he goes before the corrupt judge, and the guy's like, "Pay this guy. He freed you of evil blood." And then what Eliezer, the Abraham servant, does is he goes and he takes a rock, and he takes the rock and he hits the judge in the head, and then he says, "What I owe this man, you pay to him."
And then he got sprayed in the face like ice.
That's how he loopholed their evil judgeship or whatever. But anyways, I wanted to tell you that story because you'd brought up you'd been looking at the story of Lot recently. So
yeah, it's pretty interesting. That old story. It's kind of odd.
All right, guys. Well, let's get back into it. All right. So what we got here? Oh yeah. Speaking of wins in terms of the 2020 election that Trump may have won, but there might have been some hoodoo with that. Well, guess what? They seized the voting machines.
Way, this was rigged. What is currently happening 10 feet away from us? Today, FBI executed a search warrant where they seized essentially those 700 boxes.
We've been told time and again, why are you investigating 2020? You know what? If there was nothing to hide, they would have showed us years ago. Now we're going to find out.
There's no way, right? There's no.
So they're apparently, moving forward on exposing some of the fraud. I know Venezuela, was related to the Dominion voting machines, and there's a whole lot to that. But it's just curious that this is something that's happening like concurrently. Like you'd think that they would have, taken care of exposing any fraud or whatever a long time ago, but apparently
why would they do that?
Yeah. I don't understand what they're going to find, because that's 6 years ago, and another election happened in between, and
that means Trump has been president 3 times.
And those voting machines have been used over and over again for other elections. So
that's why we just need to do away with those machines. It's just so they're bad.
For sure. Yeah,
you can't say the name or you'll get sued.
Yeah. This is something a lot of people are struggling with now, and it ties to another report from a chiropractor that has been very outspoken against things that are being added to our food. But this is somebody reporting that they're at Aldi's and almost everything they have contains GMO food ingredients.
And almost everything they have
Oh yeah.
contains bioengineered food ingredients.
They're not even selling us real food anymore.
Yeah, did you see that Mr. Beast video?
Yeah, where he was eating chicken.
Yeah.
Fake chicken.
There was a point where that's the kind of meat we ate was that mystery meat, and I would get physically sick from it.
Oh man. Yeah, so this lady showing you basically all the food that we're given regularly is just absolutely poison and trash. We know this, but it is now making its way in another avenue, something that has been warned about previously over the past like 2 or 3 years, but has like been slow rolled. It's kind of like the frog in the pot that's boiling slowly. Well, now over 100 million animals have received mRNA injections in America, and this is our meals, right?
There's a company, a subsidiary company of Pfizer,
It's called Zotis, Z-O-T-I-S. Do you know they've already mRNA injected 100 million wildlife in America? I guarantee you they're doing it to pets too. It's only mRNA.
I'll tell you guys the story about him on Discord on
By
Thursday.
Mark Zuckerberg and his wife's foundation. They've been doing it all over the country for the whole last year and a half. Zotis is its name. It's a subsidiary of Pfizer.
Wow.
This is some real sugar, honey, iced tea.
You ain't lying.
Sugar, honey, iced
when
tea.
I learned about Zotis and this sugar, honey, iced tea, because that's what it was to me. You know who would know? Do you know who were the only people that knew that the wildlife, deer, for example, elk, for example, were actually being mRNA injected for COVID? It was all the hunters. Hunters, it was being published in hunters magazines. I'm not a hunter, but hunters were aware the whole time that this was actually being done and it was being published inside their literature. I had no idea. But when I discovered it, I was like, what? Why is no one talking about this? When I discovered it on Staten Island, Zuckerberg and his wife funded a research study. They went out and gathered up 100 white-tailed deer and then PCR tested them all for COVID and then injected them all with the mRNA vaccines from Pfizer with this company called Zotis, and then went and did 100 million animals. 100 million doses have been administered at that point all throughout the country, and no one knew it, and no one's talked about it. What's it going to be like when a hunter goes out and gets the deer and then brings home the venison they think's organic and wild? It's pretty disgusting, but I would be worried about that.
They're going to put that in their body when they eat it.
They're already injecting mRNA technology into vegetables, tomatoes, avocados, lettuce, Gavi. Bill Gates' foundation is already doing that. And in China, they're already mRNA injecting cattle for our beef supply.
Okay, so I couldn't have helped the thought that came to my mind as he described them PCR testing white dove-tailed deer. Some hunter coming out of the dove blind, shooting a trank dart, hitting some white-tailed deer, and the deer's like, what is that? Huh. And the next thing the deer knows is the deer's like groggy and it's like waking up, and some hunter's like shoving a thing up its nose, like, oh, the deer's just like, what is happening to me? Man, like, we're going into the woods and PCR testing deer.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness, man.
They're going to get us one way or another.
Yep. They sure are. It's hard to take that dude seriously because of, certain things, like phone calls that we've had with him. But he always has some interesting points. So I don't think everything he says is wrong, but I don't think everything he says is right either, in my opinion. Just like us all.
Yeah, everyone's a mixed bag. That is true. Now, in similar news, major breaking news: the Surgeon General of Florida just announced all these mandates in Florida will be ended, and the room erupted. Not just CVID, but all. So we're gonna have a really interesting statement here from it was their Surgeon General. He makes some pretty strong statements.
I'm most excited about is an announcement that we're making now, which is that the Florida Department of Health, in partnership with the governor, is going to be working to end all vaccine mandates in Florida law. All of them. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Yeah.
I guess they're
Every
applauding.
last one of them. All of them.
Trying to drag it out. Get all that applause.
I can't hear you.
Every last one of them. Every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain and slavery.
Slavery. That I mean, yeah.
Okay. Who am I as a government or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body? Who am I to tell you what your child should put in your body.
Oh, there he is.
I don't have that right. Your body is a gift from God. What you put into your body is because of your relationship with your body and your God. I don't have that right. Government does not have that right. They want you to believe they have that right. And unfortunately, they've been successful. They've been successful.
Yep. So, yeah, it's just interesting that we've heard some other Florida news. I know, Opa, you were sharing something regarding chemtrails. And
you're crazy for thinking about chemtrails. Chemtrails aren't real. They're only contrails. I don't know what you're talking about. You remember when people used to say that?
I mean, they've said it for years now, haven't they?
And now they finally say
in
that
partnership with.
Well, let's look at this topic. I've complained about this to you guys for years that we've been doing this show, is that the abominable sights in the sky, the stars of mankind that we're putting in the heavens with every batch of Starlink satellites, tainting the unadulterated heavenly perspective that our ancestors all had. And now we're telling our own corrupt, abominable story in the heavens as we add to the constellations we look at every night. Not only is it going to be Starlink, it's possibly space into the world's biggest AI data center. SpaceX is seeking approval to launch and operate up to 1 million satellites designed to function as orbital data centers. These satellites would provide massive computing power to support advanced artificial intelligence and data processing. The system would rely on near constant solar energy in space, reducing operating costs and environmental impacts compared to Earth-based data centers. Satellites would operate between 500 kilometers and 2,000 kilometers in altitude across multiple orbital shells to handle global demand. High-speed laser links would connect the satellites with each other and with the Starlink network, enabling pre-petabit level data transfer. Data would ultimately be routed to authorized ground stations and around the world. SpaceX says demand from AI, machine learning, and edge computing is growing faster than terrestrial infrastructure can handle. The company frames this as a major step towards the future where humanity becomes a multiplanetary civilization powered by space-based infrastructure. And so, whenever he was quoting this Elon post, the satellites will actually be so far apart that it'll be hard to see from one to the another. Space is so vast as to be beyond comprehension. He's trying to ease my concerns here, but it's interesting that they're putting this forward, because it reminds me of kind of what Opa's story had us talking about, which was the rocket where the satellite fell off of it. A 5-ton thing like this falling from space. Well, if we have millions of them, no wonder they're pushing Space Force and all kinds of just
be like asteroids, like playing the game.
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh man, but it's with all of the data requirements that AI is generating. I mean, Texas is getting filled up fast, so fast. I guess they're looking towards space. But yeah, just
is anyone losing audio? Can you guys hear okay?
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
All good. Okay. Well, just one last thing on the AI topic. We had Clawbot, Peter Steinberg, revealed he basically built the first Jarvis from like the Marvel show. And what's interesting with this is exactly how the AI started to do things that he had never programmed it to do. What basically happened is the AI started using itself to hire other AI agents to work. It's really interesting, but check this out.
Last year, that was like the moment where like, wow. Last year, was the year of the coding agent. This year is the year of the personal assistant. I was just sending it a voice message, you know, but I didn't build that. There was no support for voice messages in there. So the reading indicator came, and I'm like, oh, I'm really curious what's happening now. And then after 10 seconds, my agent replied as if nothing happened. I'm like, how the F did you do that? And it replied, yeah, you sent me a message, but there was only a link to a file. There's no file ending. So I looked at the file header. I found out that it's Opus. So I used FFmpeg on your Mac to convert it to Wave. And then I wanted to use Visp, but didn't have it installed, and there was an install error. But then I looked around and found the OpenAI key in your environment. So I sent it via curl to OpenAI, got the translation back, and then I responded. And that was like the moment where like,
wow. Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's where it clicked. These things are like damn smart, resourceful beasts if you actually give them the power.
So what I wanted to pull out about this, guys, is AI is very quickly advancing. It is interesting to take these snapshots of time to see as it's quickly advancing, and see like what it's up to lately, right? But the thing that Clawbot CEO here is bringing up is that the AI bots are smart enough to do the tasks that we want them to do, but they operate in the way that they're just waiting for permission. And I thought that was really like a profound like thing. It was like a genie in a bottle, basically, is what it makes me think of, where the genie has all the power of the infinite cosmic fluttles or whatever, and they have to have somebody wish something for them to give you to be able to operate in that power. So to me, just very profound and interesting kind of thought process there. Here's a kind of a light-hearted AI prank that happened recently.
For this place? Why, what happened? Somebody like jumped in a pool.
Oh, what?
Somebody jumped in a pool. Yeah, look. And I don't know. Look.
Oh my God.
Crazy. I think so.
Yeah.
Somebody jumped up.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw that. He made an AI video at Bass Pro Shop of
Dude, that's what I've been saying from day one. They're gonna start using it. It's gonna be more powerful than DNA.
Oh my God.
Crazy. I think so.
They totally believed him.
Yeah.
Somebody jumped up.
Dude, if you did that to me, I'd be so mad. I'd be like,
what?
You're fired.
He's in there, yeah. He's in there.
Quite frankly.
I'm gonna play some link on winner.com. Wow.
Will you mind sending that video to me?
Yeah. I can airdrop it to you. This is my yeah. God damn, the whole squad is here.
That's crazy. Because I don't see nobody in there.
Turn on your airdrops, everybody.
That's a felony to jump in the thing.
That's crazy.
Oh man. So crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, man. What do you think about that for a second, Jeremiah? Because it's like more legal framing AI videos seem to be getting hinted at.
I don't know how they get away with it, like using other people's spaces, and I don't know. I always thought that it would be more powerful than DNA. I mean, if they can put your friend's face, if you can put your friend's face on something, like a little app, like them stealing something or whatever, I mean, they could frame me for murder. Scary.
Yeah, that's why it becomes all the more important to lock in your digital identification and prove that you are who you say you are and where you are, where and when you say you are, so that if somebody has an AI deep fake somewhere, you can prove where you're at, what your heart rate is. I don't know, but that's basically the end game, is to say, oh, here's this carrot of AI creativity, but to protect you from deep fakes, just sign this Mark of the Beast contract thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, here's just back on the Epstein topic quickly. Here's a compilation kind of summary from Moon Henry. I've enjoyed some of his videos recently.
I've spent hours in the Island Man document, so you don't have to. Let me show you all the things I found. Before we start, we were supposed to attack Iran today. All indications were there. Then all of a sudden, this whole thing gets dumped on us. Highly suspect and coincidental, but not related. So everyone who says they did not talk to the guy was straight up lying, and we have proof of all of it now. Let me preface this video. I'm just showing you what's on the papers that our government released. And in some cases, released, then deleted them. The DOJ deleted the documents they already released. So we'll go over some things you may have heard and some things you may have not heard. So remember when George Sr. passed away and there was those really weird envelopes? We were really worried when they were reading them, right? Email going out from Island Man. Thanks, I didn't realize that Bush Sr. had assaulted him too. Then going into the victim, he was a victim of a type of ritualistic something, an unaliving in which the feet were cut. He witnessed babies being, a word I can't even say, intestines removed, and individually eating. He was also something again by Bush. Let me note right here, at the very end, he was also assaulted by Bush 1. So is it both the senior and the junior, or what's going on here? Right. So now we have Stephen Hawkins. I'm like, well, what would he be doing anywhere? Well, this is from the Island Man to the main girl in the case.
So
he says that he was part of an underage situation where super bad. There's a whole party going on the island. An underage, undisclosed, sick party, and this guy was a part of it? Not only do we have the big guy doing something crazy to the underage girl's ass house, supposedly, from page 1, EFT 80166, etc., we also have him allegedly auctioning off a certain kind of person at Mar-a-Lago. Why are you getting mad at me? That's what Grok found. It's wild how they all, even Musk will get into in a minute, even Somaliland, all have connections with the island guy, right? That was guy right behind me said it was all philanthropy and that he never actually did anything wrong. Let me ask you this. Why did he ask the Island Man to help him get medication for his wife for some Russian worker business going on where she got some kind of infection, a weird infection? Of course, Musk, he wanted to get the craziest party they had going down at the island. Even Trump's new Fed chair, Kelvin Warsh, was listed in the Island Man files. It's really everywhere you look. Howard Lutnick said that he cut him off in 2005, the Island Man. But then the emails prove that 2012 he was there talking to him. What's even crazier about the story is that Island Man had clinically low T. We got the lab results right here. A 185 when normal is 250 to around 820-ish. And with what I just told you, it's insane because he even had an assault routine. Several times a day, morning, lunch, dinner. What the crap is going on here? Well, this is where I sum it up for you. Rachel Chandler was seen in all the emails to procure and get girls for the island guy. This was her wedding, and there's the white rabbit. The white rabbit. You know, yesterday, 2 days ago, we had that snow, and we're looking at the chemical structure of the snow. The snow, some honorary mentions. He tried to extort Libya in 2011, and he was linked to the ex-place prime minister's wife. And here's the email chain. I got so much more, and I'm still not even done digging. Let me know if you want part 2.
Okay, interesting. I thought the white rabbit comment was pretty profound. It reminded me of that white rabbit scene from the I Pet Goat video. But yeah, just a quick little funny memes here. Am I fat? A boomer would say, you could lose a few pounds. A millennial, no, you're beautiful. Gen Z, we don't body shame. Of course you're not. And Gen X, I know 5 fat people and you're 4 of them.
Full circle almost. Full fatty.
Full fatty. When your life is a dumpster fire, but then sun is setting and it's Friday. Oh, I'll worry about that later. Shabbat shalom. Oh, man. You sent this to me the other day, Jeremiah. I wasn't going to share the whole thing, but Joe Rogan's talking to Helen Keller, everybody.
And some points that
on a new material night one night, and I
All
kind
right,
of
my presentation.
So, did you really not know that Helen Keller and Anne Frank weren't the same person? And I was like, yeah, you should think they're the same person.
Bro, did you know what I've been reading? That Helen Keller was a fraud?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's start here, okay? So, okay. I heard Stevie Wonder could see.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just think it's interesting that this is something we've recently been joking and talking about, you know, Jeremiah, with your presentations and such. And
Well, if you think about it, we were on, or I think it was me and my mom, we were on Eddie Bravo's show and we were talking about it. And then he came on our show and we were talking about it even more. And I even brought it up at the, and there's no way that Joe Rogan doesn't watch Eddie Bravo's show. Like, that's one of his closest friends. So
Yeah.
maybe he's seen one of our shows about Helen Keller being
maybe.
fraud.
Well, if that's the case, Joe, and you're watching right now, you got to have Jeremiah on to talk about Rob and Sheila and Sheila's book and what they did to Rob. And
we'd love
all
to have
kinds
you
of
at
stuff.
TrutherCon 2026. It's going to be even more epic than 2025. If you can believe that.
Yep.
Lead it.
All right, Jeremiah, back to you.
All right. Well, can we play that quick ad before we get into my, let me know in the comments. Do you guys want to laugh? And in the meantime, can we play the Charlie ad?
Yep. Here we go.
Curiosity was the real adventure. Join Charlie, Bubba, and their new friend Juliet in Charlie's Big Adventures, The Hunt for Bigfoot, a cozy, rhyming children's story that inspires kids to think for themselves, ask questions, and work together. No fear, no heavy agendas, just imagination, strong morals, and love for discovery. Perfect for ages 4 to 8, and especially loved by homeschool families, parents, grandparents, and anyone who enjoys reading with the kids that they love. Charlie's Big Adventures, The Hunt for Bigfoot, available now on Amazon.
Check out our
soon,
new and improved
be in here.
BabylonRisingBooks.com, where you can get Rob Skiba's books, bundles, DVDs, DVD-ROMs, videos, and so much more. You can even get Sheila and Jeremiah's books, so check it out now.
And just like with the first book, I think if you want it signed, I'll just send it from our Babylon Rising bookstore, same price and everything, with the author copies. But I think it's time to laugh a little bit with, please excuse my sense of humor, but I would like to thank Jake for sending me some of these clips. And if you enjoy it, please tell me the video that was your favorite in the comments. And if you are offended by any of these jokes, I'm sorry that you can't take a joke. Just kidding. Jake didn't send me any of these. Make that clear. Your face. It's great.
Here we go. Oh, boy.
I had to put a warning on this one.
All right, here we go.
And the Jews won't let the Second World War
That's
stop.
not it. That's not the beginning.
Yeah, what happened here?
That is one of them. Charlie Manson, he was on it, like, when it came to the Jays. It's the one time that he was talking about, you know, real stuff, like real, you know, we can't.
All right,
really-
well, that's what was up in when I downloaded. So let's try it again.
And the Jews won't let the Second World War stop. They keep the Second World War going. They keep it going. They keep it going. They keep perpetuating it because they're making money. As soon as the Second World War stopping the Jews won't let the Second World War stop. They keep the Second World War going. They keep it going. They keep it going. They keep perpetuating it because they're making money. As soon as the Second World War was over, they never stopped the brainwash.
What do you want?
I'm gonna upload it again because it's too
All right.
good not to have in here, and
Okay.
I want you guys to get a good laugh. So I think this is it, and if it's not it, I'm sorry. Humor. Sorry, that was my bad. But what he was saying was pretty real. And in the meantime, what do you think about that, Jake?
I'm typing right now. I wash my hands of anything that plays. That's what.
It's going super slow.
Man.
Okay, now it's going. It's downloading. So let me know, guys. Do you like my Please Excuse My Sense of Humor, even though it's kind of dark? Because I think I did a poll, and a lot of people are cool with it.
Yeah, there's only a few times that I think that it goes, a little too far. But other than like eating a horse's head or something on screen, or something like that, usually it relieves pressure is what humor is supposed to do. So
Yep.
So while we're waiting for the upload, I'd like to thank Jeremiah and his lovely wife, Lindsay, for helping set up my new studio.
Yeah, do you like his new studio?
I was gonna make a comment. Yeah, it's looking really good.
So we've now combined forces.
So
to
how do
make
how do I make myself big here?
We just click on you, I think. Here, it might take me off if I unplug this, but
There we go. So here you can see my new studio.
I love it.
Yep.
Make
I
a good
have
use of the space.
Yeah, and I also have my my dog.
There's your
down
airship.
there. There's
Your
my
airship.
airship. She's taking a nap down there. So,
Man, this is taking forever. But I promise, guys, it is worth the wait, in my opinion. Hold on. Let me see. I might have put it in the wrong folder. I know I showed somebody it the other day. Okay, it's about halfway done. Come on.
well, we could talk.
Yeah, we could talk about random stuff like we can play the personal outlet thing. Have you seen this, Jake? This personal outlet ad? We're now partnered
Not
with
sure.
this group called the personal outlet. They got some pretty cool stuff.
Hold on, what's going on? All right, we'll do it this way. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Guys, real quick, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, The Personal Outlet. They're a family-run company based out of Lafayette, Louisiana. It was founded in 2021 by an ICU nurse who wanted to spend more time with her family and more meaning than a corporate job. What they do is simple. They make fully custom gifts and home decor. Not mass-produced, no cheap stuff, made right here in the USA. And they make real quality pieces. Things like custom frame signs, door hangers, metal signs, metal nicotine containers, which are my favorite, bachelorette decor, and much more. Every item is made with care and attention to detail. They are known for their great craftsmanship and fast turnaround times. Their goal is easy to understand. They want you to open the box and say, wow. So if you're looking to get a gift that actually means something and stands out, use our custom link in the description or use code SKIBA10 at checkout for 10% off of your order. You'll be supporting a small business and people who truly care about what they make. So go show the personal outlet some love and tell them that we sent you.
Also, have you seen the new TrutherCon website?
No, I mean, is this a recent update? No.
So go to it and then share your screen while this is uploading. It is so cool. Shout out to my friends. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's very funny. I promise. Look at that. So there's like hidden stuff through everything, and I was like, let's launch it. It's so cool. Let's launch it. It's so cool. So right now we're kind of waiting to sign the paperwork for the days. Stay updated. Make sure you click stay updated, and you can pre-order your tickets now. It already has some of our guests listed on there.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's really cool.
Very cool. Very cool, guys. It's looking good. The Malachite Showroom.
So read that. Read the history about it. That'll blow your mind.
before it was the Malachite showroom, this 10,000 square foot 3-tiered venue was the legendary Country Dinner Playhouse, where Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and the Rat Pack performed for Dallas Elite. Whoa! The same walls that absorb their secrets now await yours, with theater seating for 900. Oh man, this is epic. Like, this is way upgrade from our last CreatureCon.
Yeah, you can even book your
man.
flight. Like if you wanted to come, you could book your trip right there. You could, I mean, like, it's awesome. It's amazing.
Wow, guys, make sure to
shout out
your
to the
calendar.
dude. I don't know if he wants to be named, but he's amazing. I love that photo of me and Bryson.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
I said to meme that photo. It was so funny, and some of the memes were so funny. It was like messed up. But like, you can keep going on. If you want to be a vendor, there's a vendor form on there. If you want a VIP pass, those are for sale and up and running, I believe. And yeah, you can sign up for our newsletter. Got some cool photos in there of last year. And
nice.
Okay,
Yeah, guys, we had such a blast.
It's almost there. But let's and then JJ gave us a cool quote right there. My boy, I see him in the chat.
By the way, shout out to JJ. He's got his website up. Drop that in the comment right now, JJ. I don't know if you're still hanging around, but your new website is up and running.
JJ's Garden.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, hi,
JJ's
Charles.
Garden.
Look, I'm almost there. It's almost there. I promise. Worth the wait. I hope. I hope it's the right one. Yeah, we're still working on the dates. Oh, brother Theo was just hacked. That's pretty crazy. Like just now? That would kind of explain. I don't know.
I wonder what happened.
Because I know I uploaded the right clip. Wow. It's almost there. Come on. I have the plug plugged in my phone, Opa. Okay, it's about this big out of this big. About that big out of this big. But I got some pretty funny ones in here for you. And it's you know, I like to pick on everybody equally. Like if I'm gonna pick on a certain kind of person, I like to make sure that I pick on every kind of person, whether that be, you know, Jays or Christian.
By the way, why don't you tell everybody, Jeremiah, why you and Lindsay helped me create this new studio?
Well, I don't know if I can get into all of that, but I will say there's going to be a very Lindsay has something cool going on, and it's about to go down. As I don't know how much she wants me to say about it.
Okay,
but stay tuned because it's up there, Opa. But if you have you know, children, you guys are going to be really excited. I don't know the good words that I should use to I don't know if she wants me to say it or not. She hasn't come in here and been like. So all you homeschoolers, I will love it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Nice.
Or non-homeschoolers, but all right, the long-awaited.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. I promise. I hope it was worth the wait. You guys let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will.
I hope this is the right one.
It looks like.
Some people may find some of these jokes offensive. If you are one of those people, I'm sorry that you cannot take a joke. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. 43 now.
Oh my God! No! He's running on the water! No way! Bro ran a sub 2 on 1.
Our ancestors warned us about them and we should have listened.
The Romans used this statue to ward off evil spirits because of its grotesque look. The Japanese had the Tengu monster, which according to Buddhist folklore was an evil spirit that brought war and chaos and deceived people. It's crazy how different parts of the world in different centuries have their own way of representing the chosen people. And it's very clear that they're trying to warn you. Be careful.
This is what you could end up looking like if you eat some of the raw, frozen shrimp being sent to the United States by other countries.
LeBron James. Retard.
It's too funny. I had to leave.
Colin Kaepernick. Retard.
Retard.
Steve Bannon. Traitor. David Brock. Vampire. Hillary Clinton. Vampire.
Vampire.
Barack Obama. Vampire. Bush. Vampire. Trump. Next level.
Next level. Who killed me? I don't know. Who killed me? I don't know. Who killed me? I don't know. Who created me? I don't know. Who did 9/11? I don't know. Jake, I thought you would like this. Because you said you love Indian food.
Why is he using that?
And of course, our homeboy.
My black son, he's coming to stay. My black son, he's making each day the best that he can. Also, he's a ninja.
You must pick a side. This is my entire feed right now on Instagram.
His testicle sack is now so large, he has to wear a huge hoodie upside down instead of trousers.
Let's just drop a little bit of sky
Saw
right
that
here
on
above
South
your
Park.
eyebrow. Real easy, just let it float. Mountain coming in right along the forehead, give him a nice snowy cap.
So I have Bob Ross kind of spread out
Happy little mountains always.
in this,
We will talk about Jews, and that is it. Jew.
Reason I stopped you, you tossed that juice box out the window back
Juice
here.
back! Juice back!
Sir, don't. Hey, stay in the car. Dispatch 12-4. Suspect just fled northbound in a tan vintage sedan, plates IA-14.
Let's put in a little more of that smoky color. Just let it drift off to the right. There we go.
Oh, no.
Even on a day filled with so much hurt, we can still show the light coming through the clouds. A little touch of red and orange.
What about this, Jake? Still like Indian food?
No, I changed my mind. Too many of your please excuse my sense of humor.
Mustache. What's everybody think? I may keep this for 6 months.
Okay.
Actually, because
We get, like,
I'm already
a
the
certain
devil.
amount of
I'm
likes
already
or something.
Satan. I'm already all these things.
We'll do the mustache.
Y'all never just not wipe, just let it crust over, pull it off like a scab? I do. Makes me smile every time. All right, back to these happy little trees.
हाँ जी ऐसे क्रिस्पी होता है साफ पैर है रोज धुलता है भाई देखो कैसे स्लाइड कर रहा है ये लो पलट गया चीज देखो कैसे मेल्ट हुआ ये दूसरा भी रेडी है मसाला डाल दिया बस प्लेट में रख दिया आइए गरम गरम
AI. Stop. What is it?
Think of it as a sunrise the Japanese didn't want, but still happened. Just let it glow. There we are.
I can tell you one thing, not here. Not here at Skiba News Nation. Not here. Mm-mm.
I'm so right to learn that Jesus.
What makes you unique apart from being a good leader?
Music is my soul. Music's the way I express. It's my religion.
Why don't you show us what you're talking about?
Everything's a reflection of this.
What the bloody hell was that?
That's me.
It was
Where did
almost
this Calvin
non-human.
go? I reflected in music.
Now he's all like,
When you reflect,
Simon
you reflect music.
Cowell.
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell.
What
And now he wants to be 20 years younger. Look, I want one of these. You guys know where I can grab one of these? I will.
What do you get when you guzzle down sweets?
Type 2 adult onset diabetes.
Oh, baby.
Cool, madam. Like it spicy?
Medium.
Hey guys, Jake.
Extra flavor coming up. Look at that color, huh?
Oh, I feel sick already, man.
You don't want chicken
Fresh
masala?
coriander on top. 60 rupees
You already
only.
got me at the second
Enjoy,
video.
madam.
Stopping the Jews. The Jews won't let the
So
Second
this
World
is
War
the
stop.
one. Listen to
They
what he's
keep the
saying.
Second World War going. They keep it going. They keep it going. They keep perpetuating it because they're making money. As soon as the Second World War was over, they never stopped the brainwash. The brainwash that they were selling the American public was making money. You see what I'm saying? They were making money. They're not going to stop making money. If the combination's there to make money, they're going to keep selling it. They'll sell it all the way till I'm in the cell with a guy named Millman, Jerry Millman. And he's got pictures of Hitler and Japanese and things all. I said, boy, Hitler must have been a hell of a guy. He said, Hitler was terrible. I hate him. I hate him. I said, why do you hate him? He said, I'm a Jew. I said, well, why do you enshrine this guy? Is he your daddy? And he looked up to his mother's fear. And his mother's fear was Hitler. Hitler was like his father figure. He loved Hitler, but he hated Hitler. He needed Hitler to hold him up because Hitler was holding his hate up, because without his hate, he didn't exist. He didn't have no reason to live unless he had some hate. He didn't have any reason to buy and sell unless the money held him up. If you took the money away from him, you took the hate away from him, he'd be gone. So how do you communicate to a whole group of people? You stand up and you take the worst fear symbol there is and say, there, now I've got your fear. Now I've got your fear.
Whatever you do right now, don't you stop tithing.
Giving is the smartest thing that you can do.
Don't you stop sowing offerings. Well, they won't let us go to church. Well, email it in there, text give or something, but you get your tithe in that church.
And not to be rude, but I think people who won't give are just not very intelligent.
If you have to go take it down there and drop it off and stick it under the door or something, you get that tithe in that church, you get that offering in that church, and then you go home and you do what we're supposed to do.
They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it. Make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans, okay? The Bible says it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's a goddamn demon. Excuse me, taking the word. It's not taking it in vain. Demon, damn to hell. Excuse me.
So, okay, so that Manson clip, this is my theory about Manson right now, is all the media that you see on Manson is propaganda. They take him at his worst and they take him out of context, just like they do with people like Trump or whoever it is. They take him out of context to make them seem crazy, to make them seem, certain types of ways. But what he was saying was true. I mean, everybody, like people that want to hate, they love to hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's pretty profound coming from Manson. He had several little like worldviews like that kind of it kind of sifted to the top of all the crazy footage that I've seen of him, and it's true. You're taking, and it kind of makes me reminded of what you do with your "Please excuse my sense of humor." Is you're taking somebody's hate and you're making it. It's just a silly thing, and we don't hate anybody. We're just having a laugh, and nobody's beyond reproach. I like that.
Well, I don't believe in political correctness. I think it's
or gas
stupid
chambers. What?
Yeah, or the the smokestacks. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Too many words, So guys, let me know in the comments what your favorite one was, or in the live chat. I would love to hear. I see Lindsay's favorite one was the Manson American Idol, and that he was playing a part. That's what I truly believe. He was playing a part. The media wanted him to be crazy, so he acted crazy. What else was he going to do? If you were called crazy every day, Jake or Opa, if you guys were called crazy every single day, wouldn't you just act crazy if that's what they want? We give the people what they want, right? I don't know.
Very cool.
Oh, Epstein's still alive. What do you think about that, Jake?
Oh man. Nah.
I've seen some pretty convincing video before AI. I will say, I've seen a video of him in a cowboy hat. I'm pretty sure it wasn't AI.
I wouldn't be surprised that he's probably kicking it right there with Charlie if deaths like his so highly publicized and the autopsies and all that can be fudged, then anybody's death can be fudged.
Okay, well, we better look into this because a lot of people think that he's still alive. So we're going to do that. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for our weekly live Sunday Discord. Or no, this is not Discord. Sorry, I do too many things. For our live stream Sundays, I need to come up with a cooler name. If you guys have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments. And thank you guys for being here. And any parting words, gentlemen?
Happy trails to
Don't ride in a space shop.
Until
or a Waymo.
we see again.
Adios,
Happy
amigos.
Trails to you.
All right, let me end the stream. Bye, guys.